Be on the lookout for some scary new cards this week. What's going on, everyone? 8-Bit Matt here, and I'm excited to bring you another Duelyst patch notes. This is patch 0.0.31, and you might have heard some new music this week. I'm upping my game a little bit. I'll talk about more about where that came from at the end. On to the patch you care about. First up, major changes. You may have noticed that the buddy list has been upgraded to feel much more like the other systems in Duelyst. So yeah, enjoy that while it's looking nice and pretty. Alright, but on to the things you really want to know about, and it's these scary new cards. We have 5 of them, and we'll start off with the Lady Lock coming first. This is a 3-cost card with 2 attack, 4 health, and this is the kicker here. Opening Gambit. Other minions that summon this turn gain 1/1, 1 attack, 1 defense, and gain Provoke. Also, this card has Provoke. Woo! This is a lockdown card if I've ever seen one. I could see this going really well in a lot of my decks. Since you guys know me, I focus on a lot of low-cost cards. This is like this could be a game sealer for me. I will definitely be adding this bad boy, bad lady in my deck. Woo! Next, we've got Emerald Rejuvenation. This is a 4-cost card, and it is a 4 attack, 4 health. Opening Gambit restores 4 health to your general. I think this one snuck in early last week. I had it in in my Gauntlet deck, and I believe it is a neutral. Even though the art tells you it's a Lionar, I believe it is a neutral. You guys can let me know if I'm wrong on that once it comes out. All right, onto this. We've got a new Songhai card. Or at least it looks like it, judging by the art here. It is Killing Edge. This is a 3-cost spell that giving a friendly minion 4 attack, 2 health, and if this minion has backstab, you get to draw a card at the end of your turn. Woo! Definitely a Songhai card, now that I'm reading this in retrospect. Wow, that is an awesome 4 attack, 2 health, and a chance to draw a card if it's got a backstab. Gosh, you guys are gonna see this card. It's gonna be in decks. It is incredibly strong. 3 costs, you're getting 4. You can turn a 1/1 into something terrifying. Gosh, you'll probably see a lot more ranged Songhai decks. I mean, granted, you probably already have those in your deck, but I could see a really long-ranged attack build. Waiting to pounce on them, spells moving them in place, Dragon Mist. Gosh, this is a scary card. This might be too strong, but we'll see. It's very, very terrifying. I could see this card probably being more at a 4 or 5 cost, but again, who knows? You've got to have stuff on the board for it to be viable, so we'll see. Moving on, next we've got a Magmar card here. We've got 3 cost, and this spell card does deal 2 damage to all minions in a 3x3 square. Friendly minions in the square get +2 attack. Clearly designed like a Magmar's, dealing damage, getting more attack in return. This is very interesting. So you can damage your minions but buff them at the same time. It's a nice way to deal with Vanar. I think Magmar really shouldn't have any troubles with those because of their other abilities, but this is a serious one. This is the largest field attack I think we have in terms of most you've seen like as a 2/2, but this is big. This is some serious damage, broad damage. Another really strong card. Granted, the +2 attack will be kind of situational. How many units do you have that will really be able to benefit from this? This is a game ender for me, or a game flipper. Definitely game ender though in my mind. You're gonna destroy some minions, buff your guys so you can take out maybe 1 heavy provoke, but also have lots of strong burst damage on the field. So yeah, pretty strong. I mean, that's definitely a common theme with all of these cards. Very strong cards indeed. And this might be the most terrifying one of all. This is a Vanar card, and I will tell you, I might have 2 of these, if not 3 of them, because it is that strong. It is a it's Spirit of the Wind. This is a 4-cost card, and the spell ability: refresh all your exhausted minions on an opponent's starting side of the board. All of your minions on the opponent's side of the board. Starting side of the board. This is terrifying. You could place units over there. Activate this spell. This is a game ender, if not heavy burst card. For 4, holy smokes. That it is almost as strong as a Time Maelstrom from Vetruvian. And it's half the cost. All you have to do is be on the right side or the opponent's side of the board. Goodness. I wouldn't be surprised if you see, like I said, Killing Edge and Spirit of the Wind increased in cost, or mana cost, that is, later down the line. But as of right now, these are very strong cards, and they're going to see some play. They will definitely see some play. But yeah, you guys let me know which one is your favorite new card. Again, these are all very, very strong cards. Whew. We have a few card changes this week as well. We'll start off with the neutral minions here. We've got Piercing Mantis has been reduced in health, so now it is a 2/2. It used to be a 2/3. So I think this is fine. I mean, people were using this card a lot already because of its frenzy ability and being able to deal, survive a 2-attack thing. It's fine. It's still going to serve its purpose in most people's decks. Just might not see as many of them, which is fine. Fine by me. Zinrule, the Blight Spawn. A lot of people are a huge fan of this card. And basically, they've just kind of like nerfed its span of control. Now it takes control of a nearby enemy minion with 2 or less attacks. So instead of any minion on the board, it has to be nearby. This will prevent it from stealing ranged, low-cost range units and things like that. It's a fair change. The other way they could have gone is maybe buff it to give it make it a 6-7 cost. But then is it really worth it for a 2 or less attack minion? Probably not. So this seems like a smart change. Curious to see if people still have it in their deck. Most likely, my thoughts are yes, because it's not going to affect generally what they're going to be grabbing. But who knows? I'm a little surprised by this next change. This is a Vetruvian change, and it is Time Maelstrom. Just talked about it earlier. This patch has been increased from 8 mana cost to 9. Gotta have all 9 mana crystals to use it. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm a little surprised. I didn't think at 8 it was that devastating. I mean, that was a massive amount of your pool. Granted, if you've got a couple units that are reducing your spell cost, okay, maybe you can get, it plus another card or 2 on the board. It's fine. I mean, if having an extra turn is really strong, but you got to build a deck to have it. And like I said, this card, if you're going to use it, you're going to use it to win, generally. So it's one of those cards that lets you win more. So yeah, I don't see it being that big of a change. This one is very interesting though. The Finran War Master has been reduced in cost from a 5 cost to 3 cost. Woo, big change there. But it also has lost its stats of 4/5 to a 3/3. And again, the Dying Wish is the same as its current stats at 3/3 instead of a 4/5. I like this changes. It was a really strong card at a 4/5, but 3/3 is still strong and 3 cost. I mean, it's just going to be played in my deck more often. So I don't have much to say. Otherwise, it'll see more play in my decks. It was already in my decks, but it'll just see more play because it is a cheaper card, so I can play it more often. Yeah, and a Dying Wish of resurrecting itself basically is awesome. I have no arguments there. So all in all, reasonable changes. Like I said, the new cards are definitely the showstopper this week, and I want to see what they're all about. In terms, we have an engine improvements here. Basically just going to improve the assets and performance issues that people have been having. I haven't personally run into any, but who knows? They're clearly out there, and they fixed them. On top of that, we got a large list of bug fixes here. Just fixing some, the exiles, pull mechanic might have been messing up. I haven't got my hands on them yet, but as well as a few other issues with matchmaking and things like that. Other minions and effects not properly leaving or staying on the battlefield. So yeah, it's fine. I got the list up there so you can take a look at them. In terms of last week's patch, the Gauntlet is awesome. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Like I said in that video, I believe I enjoy it even more than I think regular Duelyst. I like this new thought process when building a deck. It's not about building a strategy like for Vanar Frost deck, like one of my new favorites. It's about how valuable is this card? Can I get them to spend 2 or 3 cards for this one? If the answer is yes, then it goes in the deck. Yes, granted, sometimes you're dealt some cards that are all crummy, but you're gonna play with what you got. I also enjoyed that I could level up factions that I don't normally play with, so I was getting rewards for them since I don't usually play that faction. So that was nice. So I was getting double benefits on top of the Gauntlet benefits. So all in all, I can't complain too much, and that's it for that. For my recap of that patch. And guys, like I said, that is it for this week's patch. Like I said, standout things to me are Lady Lock. The 3 spells that are introduced, Killing Edge, seems devastating for Songhai builds. The Magmar one seems interesting. I think it's a really well designed card. It's got a large AoE span of control, and looking forward to seeing how people use it in a deck. And the scary, intimidating Spirit of the Wind Vanar card is terrifying. Straight up terrifying. You see that card being played, you are in trouble, especially late game. So guys, let me know what you think about these card changes, these new cards. Is there one that you want more than the others? For me, I think it's Spirit of the Wind. I think I want it more than even Lady Lock, but that's my opinion. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below, and I will see you guys next week. You may have noticed at the beginning and end of my video this week, the audio was a little bit different. And that is because I had Mojust, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, created that audio for me. And I have a huge thank you to them for that. One of the members of that group is a dear friend of mine. And I can't thank him enough for taking some time out of his busy schedule to create that lovely audio track you just heard. And yes, I just can't thank him enough. You can check out more awesomeness from Mojut over at their Twitter and, of course, SoundCloud. I have both links to both of those in the description below.